legally. If you don't want to come onto the streets, if you don't want street veto, the only possible and the best possible solution, only possible thing is that you act legally and you choose a government that promises to deliver that to you.
You elect a lawmaker to make a law.
You elect a lawmaker to do it. और क्या विकल्प है यार? आप तो पार्लियामेंट में नहीं जा रहे ना, आप तो डेलिब्रेट नहीं कर रहे. You're not, basically doing the things that the parliamentarians are supposed to do. So you choose the parliamentarian. वो किया कि नहीं किया? एक बार नहीं किया, 2 बार किया. 2014 में किया, 2019 में किया.
हो सकता है दोबारा भी कर दें अब. हाँ,
हो सकता है दोबारा भी करें. चांसेस आर दोबारा करेंगे. और उसके बाद जब योगी आएगा तो 2 बार नहीं 3 बार भी करेंगे.
अच्छा,
बात नहीं है.
ऐसा है क्या?
मुझे तो लग रहा है पूरा. अच्छा. The fact of the matter is, a Hindu does it. And you find out, I've just given you 8 reasons in that book. There are so many other reasons, so many others. None of those reasons have been acted upon by this government. What is the conclusion that you draw? The conclusion that you draw is that this government, why is it waiting for the Supreme Court or any other court to abrogate the Places of Worship Act? I say it is draconian. Many in the BJP feel it is draconian. And still they don't abrogate it. तो ये cowardliness है, मैं तो खुल के कह रहा हूँ. आपको कहे कि अच्छा संघी क्रिटिसाइज कर रहा है. यार देखो, जो सच है वो सच है, जो झूठ है वो झूठ है. You want me to conform to your biases? I'm sorry, that's not going to happen, because I'm a no one, and I genuinely believe I'm a no one, and because of that I get this power to say whatever I want to say. So Prime Minister Modi has done possibly the same as Congress had done, where the difference is, where the Congress is visibly anti-Hindu, Modi is not pro-Hindu. So there is a status quo that has been maintained. मतलब कुछ एक्ट्स जो मैंने बताए थे जो कांग्रेस लाने वाली थी, कम्युनल वायलेंस बिल लाने वाली थी.
What was that?
So कम्युनल वायलेंस बिल में जहां पे भी कम्युनल राइट्स होती, the person who would always be held guilty would be the majority, i.e. Hindu.
What are you saying?
Exactly. आंखें खुली कि नहीं खुली अभी? बाहर आ गई ना आंखें.
ये डिफॉल्ट
ये आने वाला था. This was default. Even in Kashmir Valley, where you have 98% Muslims, if there was a communal riot, the perpetrator would be adjudged as the majority, i.e. Hindu.
बट वहां पे तो 98% मुस्लिम है.
Exactly.
तो फिर वहां मेजोरिटी तो मुस्लिम हुई.
नहीं, वो नहीं ना, because the said constitutionally the majority in our
In the country, not the
in
state.
the country,
Okay.
yes. I mean everywhere. Hindus are the majority.
That just gives you no legal recourse
Now,
as a member
does that
of
not defy logic, you tell me? अब ये आपको आज तक नहीं पता था, ये मुझे 3 साल पहले नहीं पता था. और ये बताओ मुझे कब पता चला? When the architect of this draconian demonic bill was asked कि ये क्या कर रहे हो आप यार? What are you doing this? It defies common sense. He said, well, it redresses the balance where Muslims have been traditionally discriminated against. These are his words. I've quoted him in the book. He was in Sonia Gandhi's advisory council, NAC. वो बीजेपी ने इतना प्रोटेस्ट किया इस पे, बिकॉज इवन सेक्सुअल ऑफेंसेस पे मेजॉरिटी वुड हैव बीन हेल्ड रिस्पॉन्सिबल. यार अरुण जेटली वाज द वन. देयर इज नो वे दिस बिल कैन कम, एंड सो दिस वाज जंक्ड. दिस वाज अबाउट टू कम. That's the expression. I want the camera to. That was my expression. I said, ये हो क्या रहा है इस देश में भाई?
और आप तो साइंटिफिक मेथड यूज करते हो, किसी और ने साइंटिफिक मेथड भी नहीं यूज करा इन चीज़ों को देखने के लिए. When you were sort of doing this research, did you not find any glaring loopholes in your own logic as well? Not for this bill. I mean, the entire arguments that are present in the book.
Well, okay, so I'll be very honest about it. There could be, I mean, Bertrand Russell himself said, I won't die for my beliefs, I could be wrong. So, I mean, it pays to be doubting everything. I mean, that's the first premise every scientist goes on. But you try, and through the process of science, through the process of empirical analysis and objectivity, you try and reduce that doubt as much as possible. That's what scientists do, Except there are some axioms where it is beyond law. I mean, that is the absolute truth, So, barring those few, half a dozen axioms in science that exist, everything else, you are reducing the element of doubt. Now, here, I'm not saying that this is completely without loopholes, but I have tried to, these are the 8 things where only Hindus are being discriminated against. Otherwise, I've said, not a single soul in India is there who has never been discriminated against? Hindus have been, Muslims have been, Christians. Everyone has been discriminated against. Yeah, you know, we've born with it. But here, as I said, I gave the example of communal violence bill about to come, Places of Worship Act. These are the things that are hurting only the Hindus.